Welcome back. While I was on vacation last week, my colleague Elliot Rodriguez and his guests had an excellent discussion about abuses in homeowners associations. This is also a major issue with condo boards, especially in light of the Surfside building collapse and the new requirements by the state for condo owners to increase reserve funds to make necessary repairs. Recently, I had a chance to talk to State Senator Jennifer Bradley, who is sponsoring this year's reform bill. Can you give us an idea of what you're hoping to achieve when it comes to condo reform this year?
Yeah, and a lot of the ideas that are in the bill that we're going to see are bills that have been filed in years past. Senator Pizzo has filed bills multiple years on this issue, but I think what we're seeing now that's different is we passed the Surfside legislation, we passed the milestones, we passed requirements on what condos must reserve to be in good financial health to make sure that their buildings are safe. But we cannot leave condo owners without the tools they need to navigate their associations and deal with their associations while they go through this process. So this bill is going to give law enforcement an avenue to step in when there's what I believe would be criminal conduct occurring in the associations. And that clear avenue isn't there yet. And that is with regard to elections, election fraud, just willfully and repeatedly denying access to records, conflicts of interest with our community, with our managers who would give contracts to relatives or companies that they have a financial stake in. So you'll see an increase in criminal penalties. We've got requirements to update the websites with regard to the access to public records. Have associations put all of their information up on a website so people don't have to continually go to the board and ask for these documents. DBPR needs to audit those websites and make sure that they're complete. Education, there's no requirement now for association board members to have any education. They can just sign off that they've read the bylaws and the declaration. That's insufficient. We need to make sure that every board member has the education and the knowledge they need to be able to serve their association and understand what the Florida law is, understand Chapter 718, what their fiduciary responsibility is to their owners. And so there'll be a comprehensive reform to give. Oh, the other issue is associations really push back when owners bring issues to light that are critical of the association. We've seen associations sue their owners for defamation and retaliate. This bill puts a stop to that. It says you may not use association funds to sue an owner for defamation, and it requires that there can be no retaliation by the board and gives the owner some teeth, gives DBPR some teeth to be able to run down some of these abuses that we've seen. The emails just keep coming, Jim. I get emails all the time from owners with associations who have gone rogue through the state, taken out large special assessments. The work is never completed. The board doesn't even hold meetings. They have a meeting once a year to pass the budget, but beyond that, owners have no ability to get answers from their board. So this really will be a comprehensive package, and I expect it to be filed in the next couple of weeks.
You mentioned reserves. That was a big issue right after Surfside, and a lot of condominium owners are now facing the prospect of huge assessments as a result of the legislative requirement to bring their reserves up to the level that is necessary to make needed repairs. Do you see any, is that an issue that's going to be tackled again in terms of maybe providing some relief or a longer lead time for condominium owners to be able to pay those assessments or be able to deal with the practicality that they may end up losing their condo because they can't afford it? Any inclination that you see in the legislature to work on that issue?
Two things. One, a lot of associations haven't completed their SERS yet because they're not due until the end of 24. So real data in terms of exactly what is that increase going to be, what is the impact of that SERS going to be on the reserves, we don't really have a lot of data on that. But a lot of associations are certainly, and as they should, not waiving their reserves anymore, making sure that they are starting to make sure that they have the reserves there to be able to take care of their buildings. We're exploring some financial ways that could lessen that burden for them for a few years, but we haven't really finalized that language yet. But it's certainly a concern. for associations who have waived year after year. There will be an impact for them as they try to transition to better financial health. And we're certainly sensitive to that. Obviously, there's insurance increases on top of that as well. So we're very sensitive to that and trying to explore ways to support these owners.
We'll be right back after the break.